Just yesterday, we got news that Ni No Kuni 2 will be releasing simultaneously this year on PS4 and PC. So I thought, what could be a better time to talk about one of my most anticipated games to release in 2017. Welcome to Give It Thought, I'm Jake, and let's take a look at the top 5 things we know about the game so far. Hitting the first entry on my list is that one of the characters used to be a president. In fact, it is this fellow right here in the blue. In case you didn't play the original, the world in Ni No Kuni, the game, is split into two. The real world and then the mysterious land where most of the action takes place, which is called Ni No Kuni, and that makes it very confusing to talk about. Just know that there are two worlds, one is real and one that is more fantastical with monsters and stuff. This president character named Roland finds himself in Ni No Kuni where he has lost nearly 30 years of his life. Yeah, in the real world, he was a 48-year-old world leader. But here he finds himself a 20-year-old young adult who makes friends with a young boy who coincidentally has cat ears. Yeah, JRPGs are weird. But apparently Roland was a very popular politician in the real world, and those values that made him popular there have made the transition. This makes him Evan's, the main character's, voice of reason, and Roland will serve as an advisor to Evan to make him become the best leader he can be. I hope they explain that loss of age thing though. I guess it would be weird for a 48-year-old dude to be traveling around with kids. Number 4 is that this Ni No Kuni, the non-real world, will not be the same Ni No Kuni from the first game. Although, according to one of the game's developers, there will be connections. It's hard to really iron out what is meant by this because in the interview I am referencing with this, the developer really backpedals a lot. He kind of hints that the game is far off in the future of the original game, and then he goes on to say it is not the same world at all. My best guess, Level 5 made it so that the world is recognizable to fans of the original while keeping the story approachable for newcomers. JRPG stories are always hard to build upon because the games usually are pretty long and some players don't finish them. That makes it impossible to continue storylines and make money because newcomers will be lost. It's a sad thing when we won't get to see something like this again though. Number 3 is that we will not be jumping back and forth between the real world and Ni No Kuni. Well, not as much as the first game anyway. The original Ni No Kuni was focused on Oliver, who was from the real world, so we were constantly going back and forth to solve problems in his world that could solve problems in Ni No Kuni. Again, if you haven't played the original, this all sounds really weird. This time around, the main character, Evan, will be from Ni No Kuni, so there will likely be less of a reason to jump over to the real world because he has no connection to it. Although Roland is from the real world, and so any jumps we do make between the two worlds will likely be because of him. I just wonder how whatever country he was president of will carry on without him, and if he will revert back to his 48-year-old self once he's back in his home dimension. All questions we don't have an answer to, so let's move on to one we do. Number 2 is that the girl who made appearances in both trailers and who will be a party member is named Tawny, and she is what every little girl and boy dreams of being when they grow up, a sky pirate. The sky pirates made a few appearances in the original game, helping you out on more than a few occasions, and it looks like that tradition will continue in the sequel. Tawny, according to one of the game's developers, was an orphan who was adopted by the sky pirates, and because of all her time spent around such masculine dudes, she is now a bit of a tomboy, as you can probably tell. We don't know who her real parents are as of now, but I'm sure that will be a plot point in the game. It seems kind of obvious that whenever you see an orphan in an RPG, that you'll meet their real parents somewhere. I really hope that Tawny will be the heavy hitter of the group because she looks like she'll take that role well. Speaking of battling though, for the final entry on this list, and maybe the most disappointing, is that familiars are not going to be in this game, at least not in their previous form. So no Pokemon like battling with your captured creatures this time around. I was honestly surprised at this alteration to the original game's main combat element, but it looks like Level 5 is trying to streamline the battle system because that was a big complaint about the first game. Taking the place of the familiars are the fantastically named Higgledies. Yep, Higgledies will be your familiar-like combat partners who will sometimes hold down your opponents so you can hit them more properly. They also have special attacks which can be called upon in battle, and there are also different types of Higgledies, which look to be based on elements, with this little green one here being based on the wind. They'll also help you navigate obstacles in dungeons, like being able to bounce you up on ledges. While I am sad to not see familiars returning, just saying Higgledies makes me laugh. I really hope they hold up their end of the bargain because hunting for rare familiars was one of the best parts of the first game. And that's my list. I know I didn't mention anything about Evan really other than he has cat ears, and that's because I plan on updating this list throughout the year as we get closer to release. But be sure to tell me anything I missed or any thoughts you have on Ni No Kuni 2 down below. And that's where I think I'm going to wrap this one up. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe and all that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter at GiveIt.1 and links are for everything I mentioned in the description. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you Monday, and remember, give thought to everything.